Right now at 6, Ascension Health Systems gives an update on their response to a ransomware attack.
We've got a cloudy start to our day. A few isolated showers are possible. We'll take a look at that forecast, get you out the door coming up.
Plus, an Interstate 44 project could bring big changes to Webb City, along with some big financial concerns.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6 a.m. I'm Elise Noe.
And I'm Chris Warner. It is Tuesday in the 4 states. No longer Monday.
No longer Monday.
I woke up, I looked at the alarm or my clock, and it said TUE, and I was a little disappointed. For some reason, I thought yesterday was already Tuesday.
Really?
I don't know why. I was
like
fully
Monday.
Expecting today to be Wednesday, but it wasn't, and it's whatever.
Is it whatever now?
It's whatever now.
I'm happy it's Tuesday.
I'm happy too. I'm happy
Tuesday.
It's Tuesday because it isn't Monday anymore. You know, we're getting closer to Friday. I just was a little disappointed that it wasn't already Wednesday, but that's okay. Tomorrow will be, and we'll be even more excited then. And as you head out the door today, you might need the umbrella for at least some of us, as we can see some isolated showers this morning. This is not a MoDOT camera. This is our camera on top of the Cornell complex, downtown Joplin, a little bit on the breezy side. Right now, Joplin is dry, but we do have some additional shower chances out there. MoDOT camera 20th and range line. Again, dry for the time being, but some isolated showers possible. We've seen some drizzle here and there as well, but of course, drizzle not showing up on the Skywatch Storm Tracker. But we are seeing some stray showers, parts of Crawford, Cherokee counties, down into McDonald, Benton, Newton, Jasper counties. One little shower south of Nevada into Vernon County. So again, a few isolated showers out there this morning. We put on a composite radar. It's showing a few more showers than what the Skywatch Storm Tracker itself is picking up. So this is just a composite image of radar sites from around our area. And that's how it's going to be. Really, along into the east of the 69 corridor is going to be the best opportunity for some of those isolated showers, maybe a rumble of thunder or two. If you are west of this point, you'll be a little warmer today than the rest of us. You're going to see a little more sunshine. Right now, though, mid-upper 50s and low 60s. Monette, Cassville still checking in as the cool spots at 55 apiece. As kids get on the bus this morning, again, for some of us, some isolated showers. Again, if you are west of 69, you won't really see anything today. You shouldn't see much in the way of showers at all. In fact, again, you'll see a little more sunshine than the rest of us. Be about 59, west breeze around 3 to 6 miles an hour by this afternoon. Again, for some of us, a few isolated showers, maybe a rumble of thunder. 70, northwest breeze 5 to 15, gusting to 20. So I just want to emphasize, and this is the deal about us having such a large coverage area, is the variety of weather we can see in those several miles, those hundreds of miles of coverage area. West, our far western counties into southeast Kansas, Chanute, Independence, Fredonia, Parsons, very likely going to make the upper 70s today. Everyone else east of that point, low 70s, partly cloudy skies, and some of those isolated showers out there. We do have more thunderstorm chances on the way, and that does include the possibility of at least a couple of strong storms. We'll take another full look at your forecast here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
Thank you, Chris. Well, McDonald County, Missouri authorities yesterday discovered the bodies of 2 people who are believed to have crashed their car Saturday morning. Deputies responded earlier Saturday morning to reports of a crash in Ginger Blue. They searched the area but didn't find anything. Then around noon yesterday, someone found a car covered by debris off the road on Missouri 59. Missouri State Highway Patrol troopers say the bodies of 25-year-old Dane Paulson and 27-year-old Heavenly Williams, both of Anderson, Missouri, were found in the car. The Highway Patrol's major crash investigation unit is still working the case. The Walmart Supercenter on Joplin's 15th Street has reopened after a gas leak forced the evacuation of the building yesterday afternoon. The fire department responded to a 911 call around 12:30 after people in the store began showing medical symptoms. Authorities evacuated the building of all employees and shoppers. Fire crews treated 5 people at this scene, and 4 people were taken by ambulance to the hospital. Investigators believe the gas leak was related to the installation of a new oven in the bakery section. The store reopened around 2:30 yesterday afternoon after the gas levels were determined to be safe. We're learning more about the recent ransomware attack targeting Ascension Health Systems. Ascension said yesterday it worked around the clock with the support of cybersecurity experts over the weekend to respond to the attack. Ascension says they're making progress, but it will take time to return to normal operations. They add all Ascension Via Christi hospitals, physician offices, and care sites across Kansas remain open and operational. However, patients may encounter longer than usual wait times and some delays. Ascension is posting updates online through about.ascension.org. Bourbon County, Kansas residents will head to the polls today for a special election regarding a new sales tax. The county wants to adopt a 1/4-cent retail sales tax for 5 years. They say the money raised would help establish and operate a new emergency department in the county following the closure of Ascension Via Christi's ER in Fort Scott. If approved, the tax would take effect on October 1st. The city administrator of Webb City believes Project Forward 44 will cost Jasper County potential interstate funding. Forward 44 aims to improve I-44 through a series of projects widening the interstate, as well as bridge improvements and replacements. One project plans $31.4 million for roadway improvements near the Fidelity interchange. However, Webb City Administrator Carl Francis says the project will cost Jasper County potential interstate funding for Freeway 249. Francis says Freeway 249 should be considered an interstate so Jasper County can receive more funding and reduce the flow of traffic near the Fidelity interchange.
I think that Jasper County is about to miss out on the future possibility of interstate highway inside Jasper County. 18 miles worth of interstate highway in Jasper County will never be turned interstate, because if they leave 49 on I-44, that's the end of it.
KOAM reached out to State Representative Cody Smith for a statement, but we have not yet received a response. Now let's look at this morning's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes coming up on the KOAM Morning News. The Justice Department announced it will seek tougher sentences for election crimes fueled by AI. Plus, Michael Cohen will give his second day of testimony in former President Trump's hush money trial. And Chris Warner returns with another look at your Tuesday forecast. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back, but first, here's a live look from the Veterans Memorial Amphitheater in Pittsburgh.
Right now, Sonic Shake Crispy Tender Wraps.
Topping Nation Watch this morning. Everyone is getting hit hard by inflation, but it's reportedly worse for Gen Z. That's according to a study from the credit reporting agency TransUnion. It looked at the credit usage of Americans between the ages of 22 to 24 years old and found that they're earning less money, have more debt, and higher rates of delinquency compared to millennials when they were that age. Not only has Gen Zers had to deal with the economic impact of the COVID-19 pandemic early in their careers, but also sticky inflation that has driven up the cost of basic necessities like food and gas. Soaring interest rates have also hiked borrowing costs for auto and student loans, as well as sky-high home mortgages. The Arizona Supreme Court allowed for a 90-day stay for the recently revived Civil War-era abortion law. The Arizona governor signed a repeal of the 1864 abortion ban earlier this month. The measure forbids nearly all abortions except to save the mother's life. Anyone who provides the procedure can be sentenced to 2 to 5 years in prison. However, a court order filed Monday says this stay will be in effect through August 12th, meaning the repeal won't go into effect during that time to allow the state's attorney general time to decide on further legal action. Arizona Attorney General Chris Mays said in a statement the earliest the 1864 abortion ban can be enforced is September 26th. Yesterday, the Justice Department announced it will seek tougher sentences for election crimes fueled by artificial intelligence. DOJ officials say using AI to threaten election workers make the crime more dangerous and more impactful. The new policy applies to the use of AI in any election-related crime, not just violent threats against election workers, but also things like voter suppression. During this election cycle, AI tools have made it easier to mimic politicians' voices and likenesses to spread false information. To illustrate their concern about AI, officials pointed to an incident during the Democratic primary in New Hampshire in January. An AI-generated robocall imitating President Joe Biden targeted thousands of New Hampshire voters, urging them not to vote in the primary. Soon, a Trump fixer turned foe Michael Cohen will give his second day of testimony in the former president's so-called hush money trial in Manhattan. Yesterday, Cohen told the jury that former President Donald Trump was personally involved in the plan surrounding giving payments to adult film star Stormy Daniels ahead of the 2016 election. She says they had an alleged sexual encounter in 2006. Trump denies it. CBS News' Jared Hill has more from New York.
Michael Cohen, the man who once said he'd take a bullet for former President Donald Trump, returns to the witness stand today to testify against him. Monday, the prosecution's star witness told the jury Trump was directly involved in a scheme to pay adult film star Stormy Daniels to keep quiet about a past alleged sexual encounter. Cohen said Trump was furious that Daniels was shopping the story weeks before the 2016 election, saying then candidate Trump told him, "Just take care of it." Cohen added Trump told him it was a total disaster. Women are going to hate me.
This is the first time we're really getting a picture of what Donald Trump's personal role was in these payments at issue.
Prosecutors showed this document with Cohen's name and $130,000 scribbled at the bottom, as Cohen described a Trump Tower meeting where Trump approved the plan to pay him in monthly installments, designed to look like pay for legal services. The jury also heard a tape Cohen secretly recorded of him and Trump discussing payments to former Playboy playmate Karen McDougal.
This trial is rigged.
Trump denies the sexual encounters and has pleaded not guilty to charges that he falsified business records to disguise the reimbursements to Cohen, which were listed as legal fees. Trump's lawyers are expected to attack Cohen's credibility in cross-examination. He previously served time on charges related to the same payments. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
Former President Trump's lawyers are expected to attack Michael Cohen's credibility in cross-examination. He previously admitted to lying to Congress and served prison time on charges related to the same payments. That's a look at some of today's top national stories. Here's Chris with a look at your forecast.
We got a few isolated showers out there for some of us, mainly along and to the east of the 69 corridor. Skywatch Storm Tracker showing those showers starting to pick up a little bit. As you can see across parts of the area, we have a few of those showers starting to cycle through as we get on the backside of a low pressure system out there. Quick view from our camera on top of the, or at 7th and Rangeline in Joplin. Cloudy skies. If you look, you can see some little rain specks on there as those showers rotate through. We do have some thunderstorm chances also returning to our forecast. We'll talk about all that in detail when the KOAM Morning News returns.
Drop off now.
A school bus, a parent's car, bike riding, or walking are typical ways students go to school. But yesterday, 8-year-old Colby Annis took a different type of transportation to his main elementary school. Joy Hollowell has the details of the special ride the special boy took.
All right, let's load up, boys.
It was all hands on deck Monday morning at Hampton Public Safety.
We are giving a lucky, brave young gentleman a ride to school this morning. He really deserves a hero's welcome to school. This is only for very special individuals, and he truly is a special individual.
Main Road North is the starting point. McGraw School will be the end.
Are you Colby? How you doing, buddy? I'm Scott. Nice to, you gonna have a ride in the fire truck, huh? All right.
8-year-old Colby Annis is a second grader at Earl McGraw School.
It's my first day back to school in 2 months. I had a brain tumor.
In March, Colby was diagnosed with a very advanced and very aggressive form of brain cancer. He spent the last 2 months undergoing treatment in Boston.
Every night since he's had this tumor, he's told the tumor, get out of my head. I'm in charge. I don't want you here. I want to get back to school. I want to see my friends, and you're bugging me.
All right, what do you think? Think it's time to get loud? All right, let's do it. There we are. Anytime that we can get in the fire trucks and drive with red lights, you know, we're big kids at heart, so this is enjoyable for us as well. I think they're all here for you, dude. That's pretty cool right there, pal.
10 days ago, we started a countdown. So the kids have been counting down with Colby on how many days till he comes back.
While he was having treatment, he FaceTimed with the school, and his main goal was to come back to school.
He knows that the people out there love him, they're praying for him, and they're hoping for the best.
A GoFundMe page has been set up to help pay for Colby's medical expenses. Now here's Chris with a look at your forecast.
Got a cloudy start out there. A few isolated showers possible today. We'll have another full look at your forecast when we come back. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. It is 6:22 on this Tuesday morning, and we are starting to see some of those isolated showers across the area, and they're right about where they should be, along and to the east of the US 69 corridor. So let's take a closer look. There's not much to look at. A little heavier showers southwest of Greenfield. Rain out there, some drizzle. Now remember, though, drizzle's not going to show up on the Skywatch Storm Tracker because the reflectivity from the radar beam just isn't enough to really produce anything unless we've just got extraordinarily heavy drizzle out there. All of this is part of a low pressure system. Brought us those thunderstorm chances yesterday. It's now shifted off to our north and east, and as it rotates on through, it's going to bring those shower chances through, again, mainly along and to the east of 69. So here's the deal. If you are west of this point, two things to keep in mind. One, your skies will begin to clear fairly early this morning. Two, because you're going to see more sunshine, anyone in, say, this zone west will probably see highs into the upper 70s, where everyone else from this point east is probably going to top out in the low 70s today. We also have that possibility of some strong storms over the next couple of days. So again, a couple of rumbles of thunder possible with some of these showers today. Otherwise, tomorrow night, so late evening and overnight, we have that chance for some strong to low-grade severe thunderstorms right now, primarily in the southeastern Kansas, and wind and hail are the primary concerns with those storms. And then that repeats Thursday evening. We could see a couple of stronger storms in our northeastern counties as well. So what does the future track have to say about this? Well, one, it shows those showers right about where they're supposed to be, mainly in our eastern counties. And with that cloud cover, that's what's going to keep us a little cooler out to the east. So here we are at 5. So here's that zone I'm talking about. Parsons, Veneta, Points to the west. Mid-70s, upper 70s, and you head east, and we're talking upper 60s, low 70s for highs out there today. Wednesday, we're going to be looking pretty good. We're going to be partly to mostly cloudy. A stray shower, too, is going to be possible through the morning and afternoon. I think most of us will remain dry. It, again, won't be until the late evening hours on Wednesday that we start to see those thunderstorms. So here we are at 10. Here are those thunderstorms, and again, some of those could be strong, low-grade severe, and they will continue into the overnight hours on Thursday, and then we'll have scattered storms on Thursday with another round of some stronger storms in our northeastern counties Thursday evening. Cloudy, some light rain, drizzle, 61 in Joplin, northwest breeze at about 6. Temperatures mid-upper 50s into the low 60s out there. Monette is the cool spot still at 55 degrees this morning. Cassville's warmed up just a bit. Mostly cloudy, a few showers here and there through the morning, up to about 66 by 11. Again, highs out west into the upper 70s, out east into the low 70s. Upper 70s tomorrow, thunderstorm chances again tomorrow night through Friday, and then we'll see pretty good conditions for the weekend. Temperatures low to mid 80s, so great weekend ahead of us. Low 80s next week, more storm chances next week as well. Let's check your forecast, and we're going to send it over to Elise with Health Watch.
Thanks, Chris. Men with low testosterone have increased risk of death, and those with especially low levels have a heightened risk of death from cardiovascular diseases. Research published in the Annals of Internal Medicine looked at the levels of several sex hormones on the health of aging men. Only low testosterone was associated with a higher risk for all-cause mortality. A new study suggests some patients with traumatic brain injuries should not be pulled off life support so quickly. Researchers at Mass General Brigham say predicting outcomes from a severe brain injury is difficult, yet families are asked to make decisions about withdrawing treatments within days of injury. Doctors compared the survival rates of more than 1,300 patients with TBI and found some who were taken off life support could have survived with some level of independence. And new research from UC San Francisco finds sending and receiving abortion medication through the mail works, as well as requiring patients to get them from a doctor's office. The data analyzed the experiences of more than 500 people who received mifepristone and misoprostol after having an in-person doctor visit and found the process to be safe and effective. Researchers say this is evidence that abortion medication should be treated like every other medication and be dispensed by pharmacists, including mail order ones. That's a look at some of today's top health stories. We'll be right back.
In the heart of Grove, Oklahoma.
Right now at 6:30, some Pittsburgh residents got a lesson on the history of America's first ladies.
We've got some drizzle, some isolated showers across the area this morning. We'll take a look at that forecast, get you out the door coming up.
Plus, cars by the dozen line up for drive-through services at a new fast food franchise in Joplin.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6:29. I'm Elise Noe.
And I'm Chris Warner. It is Tuesday here in the 4 states, and it's a bit drizzly, a little showery for some folks this morning.
Just a bit, nothing too severe as you've mentioned.
No, which is good. Again, even yesterday's storms down near Branson, they did have that tornado near the golf course. We were quite lucky. We did not see any severe weather. We do not need any more severe weather right now, especially after the last couple of weeks. And we do have the chance for some stronger storms over the next couple of days. But the good news is those risks are relatively low at this point. Hopefully they stay that way. Let's start with the look outside. This is the MoDOT camera, 20th and Range Line in Joplin. If you look close enough at the traffic signal there, you'll see it's a little shiny because we've had some showers, we've had some drizzle in Joplin this morning, and we're going to continue to see that mainly along into the east of the 69 corridor. So a few showers showing up on radar. Remember, as we've discussed, drizzle is too finite for a radar beam to see. So if you're getting drizzle, but you don't see rain in your area on the radar, it's just because the droplets for drizzle, for mist, they're not big enough really to be seen by a radar beam. They don't show up really. We've got a low pressure system, as we've talked about, that's moved off to our northeast. That's what brought us the thunderstorms yesterday, and that's going to bring us showers and maybe an isolated storm or two as we head into the afternoon, mainly along into the east of the 69 corridor. Temperatures this morning, mid-upper 50s, and we're getting into those low 60s across the area as well. Kids getting on the bus. For some of us, we're going to have some showers. Others, you're going to be dry. In fact, the further west you go of 69, the better chances you have to have a dry day and an even warmer day than those east of you. 59, showers for some, west breeze 3 to 6 as kids get on the bus when the bus brings them home. Again, some of you will be warmer than this, others about 70. Partly cloudy skies, some light showers, maybe a rumble of thunder. Northwest winds picking up though, 5 to 15, gusting to 20. So again, the further west of 69 you get, the warmer you get. Could see highs into the upper 70s. As you get along and east of 69, a little cooler, upper 60s, low 70s out there. Showers and again an isolated thunderstorm possible here and there. Otherwise, partly cloudy skies, and again out to the west, you're looking to be mostly clear today. Again, we have some thunderstorm chances on the way. We will talk about those in the full forecast here in a few more minutes. Elise?
Thanks, Chris. Well, some Pittsburgh residents got a lesson on the history of America's first ladies. Author and Pittsburgh native Diana Bartelli Carlin helped write the book, Remember the First Ladies, The Legacies of America's History-Making Women. Yesterday, she came to the Pittsburgh Public Library to sign copies of the book and give a presentation about the information it holds.
Yeah, I was a little concerned when it was pouring down, but it cleared off and we have a beautiful evening. And I think the people would have come out anyway because Diana grew up in Pittsburgh. A lot of people will remember her. And plus she had a really interesting book. So I think we're in for a treat tonight.
Yeah. Carlin has taught courses on First Ladies at 3 universities, including St. Louis University and the University of Kansas. The city of Joplin plans a test of its emergency sirens Wednesday at 10 a.m. No critical weather is forecast at that time. This is just a procedural step following minor maintenance work completed on the outdoor emergency siren system. The city of Joplin received praise yesterday for its bookkeeping. The city has been awarded the Government Finance Officers Association Certificate of Achievement in Excellence in Financial Reporting. This means this city received the highest and best opinion on audit and earns awards for excellence in financial reporting. This marks something of a trend for the city as it's received this honor for 33 consecutive years. A Southwest Missouri organization made a donation to help people receive life-saving medical equipment and supplies. The Jasper and Newton Counties Chapter 100 Women Who Care donated $4,200 to the Medical Loan Closet in Joplin. That organization loans out new and used medical equipment to people in need.
There's many people who need equipment that is not covered by their insurance, or they can't get it in a timely fashion, so we stand in the gap between what you need and what you can get through insurance.
Officials say the donation will cover 4 months of rent for the organization's warehouse. Freeman Health System yesterday kicked off their celebration of Hospital Week with an all-staff barbecue. Hospital Week is a national celebration in recognition of the 5,000 hospitals, healthcare systems, networks, and others who provide care to their community.
You know, it's about serving the employees. They serve the patients every single day. People don't realize that healthcare is actually part of customer service. And so we like to take 1 week out of the year and celebrate them. And so now we're serving back to all the employees that spend countless hours away from their family, giving back to the community.
Freeman Health employs more than 300 physicians on staff representing more than 60 specialties. If you've been waiting for Whataburger in Joplin to open, you weren't alone. The burger chain opened their drive-thru yesterday at 11 a.m. with the first 100 in line getting prizes of Whataburger swag. And what a line. As you can see from our drone footage, the line for the drive-thru was considerable.
I think it's our product more than anything. We have a great experience at our restaurants. We have fresh product customized however you want it.
Dining room and curbside services will follow in a couple of weeks, and there is a Whataburger opening soon in Webb City as well. That's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. A new bill introduced in California wants to give employees the legal right to disconnect. And morning rain chances return. We'll have what to expect with Chris Warner in the Skywatch Weather Center. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back, but first, here's a live look from the Veterans Memorial Amphitheater in Pittsburgh. And Consumer Watch this morning, unplugging from work can be difficult with cell phones making us available by text or email at all hours. A new bill introduced in California wants to give employees the legal right to disconnect. CBS's Danya Bacchus explains.
A newly proposed California law could make after-hour work contact illegal.
I think there's a grace period. If work technically ends at 5:30, up until about 6:30, it's respectable.
The bill would require employers provide certain employees in the state the right to disconnect from all communications during non-working hours aside from an emergency.
There's been this availability creep that has affected many people.
Assemblymember Matt Haney of San Francisco introduced the bill. He says it clarifies working hours and eliminates consequences for not being available.
For many people, they have no time at all to disconnect or to rest. They're expected to respond to these emails and texts 24 hours a day, even when they're at dinner with their family or at their kid's birthday.
If the bill becomes law, it would allow employees to file a complaint with the California Labor Commissioner, which would be punishable by a fine. A survey by Clarify Capital found 3 in 5 employees feel obligated to respond outside of work hours. On average, 2 in 5 employees are available for work-related communication for 9 or more hours per workday.
I love work-life balance, but I feel like corporations maybe need to take an inner look on that first before trying to pass some law.
The California Chamber of Commerce is opposed, saying the one-size-fits-all mandate ignores and conflicts with existing laws and could lead to less earnings and less flexibility for workers. If passed, California would be the first in the nation to protect employees who want to leave work at work. Danya Bacchus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Other countries like France, Canada, Australia, and the Philippines have passed variations of so-called right to disconnect bills. Multiple U.S. airlines are suing the Biden administration over a rule that requires the airlines to disclose their fees up front. The air carriers claim the rule exceeds the Department of Transportation's authority. The department responded in a statement saying it will defend their rule, quote, ensuring travelers can see the full price of a flight before they purchase a ticket. In sad news for seafood lovers, dozens of Red Lobster restaurants across the U.S. abruptly shut down their doors yesterday. The chain's website lists many as temporarily closed. The seafood chain has recently struggled, reporting millions in losses last year that were partially blamed on its endless shrimp deal. And it's the combo you didn't know you needed. Eggo waffles and sneakers. For the next 3 Fridays starting this week, fans can try to get their hands on a pair of Eggo fully loaded kicks created in collaboration with the sneakerhead and influencer Dominic Shambroni. The shoes will be available on the Urban Necessities website for $150. The kicks come in the classic waffle color, the pink accents, or brown to match the release of Eggo's new fully loaded waffles in strawberry delight and chocolate chip flavors. Arizona is known for many things, including the Grand Canyon, but the state is adding something else to its list of great wineries. Mason Carroll brings us the details of the state's blooming wine industry.
2 decades ago, Arizona's wine industry was almost completely unheard of. However, now it's grown 10 times the size and has made a name for itself in the heart of our state.
Like, if you make wine, you don't share it, what good is it? So really, it's really about helping people connect with the earth through sharing wines that we made.
Eric Glomsky has been making wine at his vineyard, Page Springs Cellars, since 2004.
Move through and a little bit of sun to get in here too.
20 years ago, Eric says state law had wineries jumping through hoops just to be able to sell their own product.
You guys are all breaking the law. You cannot sell wines direct to consumers. You have to sell them to a distributor, and then the distributor can sell them. And if you want to sell them in your tasting room, you can buy them back from the distributor to sell in your tasting room.
He teamed up with other wineries to change that. Now you can try the wines right at the vineyard, boosting Arizona's wineries into a $4.3 billion industry.
In the previous 30 years, 9 wineries, and then the bill passed in 2006 in the legislative session, and from 2006 to 2016, we had over 100 wineries.
It's a plus for the Verde Valley economy, and it keeps its beauty.
It keeps it rural too, because otherwise this would have been probably like condos on the creek. This is a good model for small families, farm wineries to start, and because you're growing the agricultural product and making the wine adds value. That's how you can actually make a living.
State law has a size limit for vineyards. Eric wants to change that next.
Okay, and you left 2 buds on it.
But in the meantime, he's simply grateful for how much they've grown.
I used to make dry rosé, and I couldn't give it away. And then like 10 years later, I can't make enough. It's just so interesting that it just, it takes time.
That's it for Consumer Watch. Here's Chris with another look at your forecast.
I got a few scattered showers across the area. Our camera on the Cornell Complex downtown Joplin showing the clouds. We've had some drizzle in Joplin. MoDOT camera 20th and Range Line. The traffic pole still a little bit on the wet side from some of that drizzle. Now drizzle, of course, will not show up on radar, but what is showing up is some of the showers with some slightly heavier rainfall out there. All of this, a low pressure system rotating through the area, and it will bring showers and maybe a thunderstorm or two, mainly along and to the east of the 69 corridor. If you are west of 69, for the most part, you're expected to be relatively dry and warmer than the rest of us today as well. Temperatures mid-upper 50s and low 60s across the area as we get the day underway. Kids getting on the bus this morning. Again, some of us, some isolated showers. Others will be dry, and again, others out west, you'll be dry all day. 59, west breeze at about 3 to 6. Give you isolated showers, maybe a rumble of thunder this afternoon. Northwest winds 5 to 15, gusting to 20, and about 70 when the bus brings them home. But again, out west, you'll be a little bit warmer. We're going to talk more about that warm weather and our upcoming thunderstorm chances as we head into our Wednesday here in just a moment. It's also about time to celebrate birthdays and anniversaries. Those, of course, coming up after the break. But first, here's what's happening on CBS Mornings.
I'm Tony DeCopel. Coming up on CBS Mornings, supermodel Kate Upton is live in studio talking about Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue turning 60. Still looks great. Plus another special edition of Talk of the Table with Drew Barrymore and Rossi Ross Matthews. That's coming up on CBS Mornings.
If you've been injured in an accident,
time for some Tuesday birthdays in the 4 states, and we are starting in Chanute with Braden Thompson, celebrating birthday number 6. Happy birthday.
And over in Parsons, a happy birthday to Marlo Scott Adamson, who's turning 13 today. Says her great uncle and auntie love her so much.
And in Fort Scott, Lennox Van celebrating birthday number 17. Happy birthday, Lennox.
And a happy birthday to Travis Pack from Galesburg, who's turning 46 today. Happy birthday, Travis.
And Debbie Bauer in Parsons celebrating number 71. Happy birthday, Debbie.
And a happy anniversary to Keith and Jerry White. They're celebrating their 30th anniversary from Fall River, Kansas.
And our list continues with Shelby Scott celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday, Shelby.
And happy birthday to Carol Tone, turning 82 from Crestline.
And in Columbus, Patty Dunnick celebrating another year wiser. A very happy birthday to you, Patty. And a very happy birthday and anniversary to everyone on our list. You know the drill. If you want to celebrate with us, our good friend Elise has the details on that.
Yes, go ahead and submit your birthdays and anniversaries to birthdays@koamnewsnow.com. Be sure to include those birthday messages and photos and to meet the deadline that you see at the bottom of your screen.
When we started our birthdays and anniversaries list, I think I startled Elise because we were kind of quiet. Well, I saw you jump when I said time for some Tuesday birthdays. I startle you all the time.
Just about.
Just about, yeah. Well, I do what I can. You got to be awake at this time of day, and it's tough to do so. Even with all the coffee, it's a little bit of a challenge to be awake. I like to, if I leave the studio, I'll come in and I'll smack the door really hard, and that'll get her going.
That'll get me.
That'll get
me real good.
And sometimes when we've got thunderstorms in the morning, that'll get you going. The good news is no thunderstorms this morning. Skywatch Storm Tracker is showing showers, and you can see they are increasing out there. We've got some heavier showers up around Stockton, Greenfield, Lamar. Drizzle, again, won't show up on radar, but we are getting some drizzle in some areas. And these showers will continue to increase in coverage, mainly along and to the east of that point, because we have this low pressure system. You can see the spin. These showers will be coming in from the north and northwest across the area, and they'll continue as this low pressure system continues to affect us. However, if you are west of this point, your skies are going to begin to clear through the morning, and you're going to be warmer than the rest of us today as well. We do have that chance again for an isolated storm or two with some of these showers, and maybe one or two that could clip our far western counties, but I do think most of us out here are going to be dry today. Then as we head into tomorrow night, so after about 9 o'clock, we do have that chance for some strong to low-grade severe thunderstorms, primarily into southeastern Kansas, and then that threat repeats on Thursday, but mainly in our northeastern counties, but also late in the day. The primary concern with any stronger storms tomorrow evening and overnight is going to be large hail and damaging wind gusts, so we'll keep an eye on those for you. Here's what the future track has to show in terms of that. Again, today, take a look out west. Sky's already clearing by noon, but if you are east, we've got the showers, maybe a thunderstorm or two, no severe weather expected with any of this activity. And this will continue through the evening hours before it begins to clear out. And because the showers will become a lot more isolated, we're going to start to see a few more partly cloudy skies out there. Overnight, we all clear out, clear skies. We'll see a few clouds start to increase as we head into tomorrow. We'll go partly cloudy, and then by the late morning and afternoon, we're going to be mostly cloudy. A stray shower or two possible through the day on Wednesday. I think most of us are dry, and it will be Wednesday evening. Again, late evening after 9, here comes a thunderstorm complex out into parts of Oklahoma and Kansas, and that's going to bring that threat for some stronger storms initially, but these storms will continue overnight and into early Thursday morning as well across the area, and we'll have scattered thunderstorms as we go through the day on our Thursday. In Joplin right now, it is cloudy, 61, northwest breeze at about 6 miles an hour. Temperatures around the region, again, we're mid-upper 50s into the low 60s out there, so not a bad start to the day, again, aside from the cloud cover. Again, for some of us, an isolated shower or two, otherwise initially mostly cloudy skies will be about 66 by 11 o'clock this morning. And again, out west, we're looking at highs upper 70s, and then if you get east into, again, Bourbon, Crawford, Cherokee, Ottawa counties, and points east, you're going to make about the low 70s today. We're going to have another check of your forecast, plus the news you need to know here in just a moment, and when we make the transition over to Fox 14 at 7 a.m., they make visits to hospitals, schools, and now even on Capitol Hill. Let's see how therapy dogs are helping relieve stress for lawmakers.
pay for your AC.
Well, here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. Ascension Health System announced yesterday that they are working around the clock to respond to a recent ransomware attack. Ascension says they're making progress, but it will take time to return to normal operations. They add all Ascension Via Christi hospitals, physician offices, and care sites across Kansas remain open and operational. However, patients may encounter longer than usual wait times and some delays. The Walmart Supercenter on Joplin's 15th Street was forced to evacuate after a gas leak was discovered yesterday afternoon. Fire crews treated 5 people at the scene and 4 people were taken by ambulance to the hospital. Investigators believe the gas leak was related to the installation of a new oven in the bakery section. The store reopened after the gas levels were determined to be safe. In Joplin, the city of Joplin plans a test of its emergency sirens on Wednesday at 10 a.m. No critical weather is forecast at that time. This is just a procedural step following minor maintenance work completed on the outdoor emergency siren system. That's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door.
All right, again, along and west of the lines of Bourbon, Crawford, Cherokee, and Ottawa counties, upper 70s today and mostly clear skies. East of that point, partly cloudy, isolated showers, maybe a rumble of thunder, and highs into the low 70s. As we head into the evening, all of us going partly cloudy, even maybe mostly clear overnight for some, as we fall back into the low 60s. Heading into tomorrow, though, mostly cloudy, maybe a stray shower, upper 70s, and then by the late evening hours, thunderstorms roll back in. Thunderstorm chances continue through Friday across the area. A great weekend, albeit a bit on the warm side, low to mid 80s for highs. More storms next week, but staying warm, temperatures hanging out in the low 80s.
I'm not mad at that weekend at all.
Not in the slightest. It looks to be great.
Absolutely. Thanks, Chris. Well, coming up today at noon, we're making weeknight pesto chicken in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
And your morning news continues on KOAM with CBS Mornings. First on CBS Mornings, Hall of Fame coach and CBS Sports Bill Cowher will have an exciting reveal ahead of the release of the NFL schedule.
Ooh. Or you can switch on over with us on Fox 14, where your only local morning news continues. This morning, Rafi Andonian joins us in the studio to talk about the first Olympics in America.
Plus, Charlene Patton back in the studio with another incredibly healthy and good for you and tasty recipe. However, that is going to wrap it up for us for now. We will see you back here tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.
And we'll see you today at noon.